You don't actually feel behind in life. You feel behind compared to what you're seeing. And that's not the same thing, because most of what you're comparing yourself to isn't reality, it's presentation. You scroll for 5 minutes and see someone buying a house, launching a business, getting engaged, traveling, getting in shape, making money. And slowly, quietly, a thought starts forming. I should be further than this. Not because you had a clear timeline, but because everyone else seems to be moving faster. Here's the problem. You're comparing your entire life to someone else's highlight reel. You see their milestones. You don't see their doubts. You see their wins. You don't see the years of confusion before it. You don't see the debt, the anxiety, the failed attempts, the nights they questioned everything. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's trailer. Of course you'll feel behind. But here's something most people won't admit. There is no universal timeline. There's no global clock ticking saying, you should have it figured out by now. That pressure, it's cultural, it's social, it's manufactured. At 25, you should have direction. At 30, you should have stability. At 40, you should have success. Says who? Life isn't a race with fixed checkpoints. It's a path, and everyone's terrain is different. Some people had support, some didn't. Some had clarity early. Some are still discovering who they are. Some people started 10 steps ahead. Others started in survival mode. You can't compare journeys without comparing starting points. And nobody posts their starting point. Here's what actually happens. You grow quietly. Skills build slowly. Confidence forms gradually. Lessons stack invisibly. But because growth isn't loud, you think it isn't happening. You think if it were real, it would feel dramatic, obvious, visible. But most growth feels subtle. It feels like handling stress better than you used to, reacting calmer than last year, walking away from things you once tolerated, thinking differently. That doesn't look impressive online, but it's powerful in real life. Another thing nobody talks about, feeling behind is often a sign you care. You want more. You expect more from yourself. You're aware of potential. And that discomfort, it's not failure, it's awareness. And awareness is the beginning of change. But here's the shift that matters. Instead of asking, why am I behind? Ask, behind who? Behind someone with different opportunities, different timing, different priorities. You don't even want half the lives you're comparing yourself to. You want the feeling you think they have: security, clarity, freedom, validation. But those feelings don't automatically arrive with milestones. Plenty of people hit the right age with the right achievements and still feel lost because life isn't linear. It expands, it contracts, it pauses, it surprises you. There are seasons of acceleration and seasons of rebuilding. Sometimes what looks like falling behind is actually preparation. Sometimes you're not late, you're learning. And learning doesn't photograph well. If you feel behind right now, consider this. You're not late, you're in process. And process is invisible from the outside. So stop measuring your chapter 3 against someone else's chapter 10. Stay focused on your direction, not their speed, because speed without alignment is just movement, and alignment takes time. You're not behind, you're becoming. And becoming doesn't happen on a schedule. It happens when you're ready.